process would be really easy, I realized how much unused, unseen footage, even myself, footage that I've never even reviewed from all of my many travels, call them adventures, if you will. They feel like adventures to me. I had all this stuff saved on hard drives. So I went through from the very beginning. I started the Candle Enthusiast essentially in August of 2016. And I say that very lightly because I didn't really know what I was doing. People had always told me that I should have my own YouTube channel, but I really wasn't taking it seriously. I was really more practicing than anything else. But something really special happened to me during those first few months. Not only were people watching and subscribing to my channel, and they weren't just interested in candle videos, they were interested in where I was going and what I was doing. What was also happening was that I was rekindling a relationship. I was rekindling a relationship with myself. You'd see, so much time had gone by. I had been working in the film industry. I had been self-employed. I had been back to school. I had taken my sommelier exams. I was living in Napa Valley for over 5 years. I was working at a pretty prestigious winery. So my life was just consumed with all of these new things. And when I moved back to New York, I started to remember a little bit more about who I was and what I used to do, things that I enjoyed. I had forgotten how much fun it was just to get in the car and go to new places. I was really kind of doing this self-discovery thing, which made the whole experience so much more rich. And I hope that those early videos serve as a time capsule of what was actually happening. All of these little bits and pieces of my journeys when I'm driving, things that were cut out of the videos, things that really didn't have context to the particular video I was editing, all that stuff was just left out and forgotten. And now going through the footage and putting this all together, it tells a little bit more of this video journal, this diary entry of this special moment in my life. And I hope it serves to you as a vicarious experience. I really do feel like those first few months were still the greatest period for the Candle Enthusiast. The Candle Enthusiast, which was supposed to be about candles, turned out to be more about finding joy and happiness, even in the smallest, most mundane things in the world, tucked away little corners or little things from our childhood, memories that are buried deep in our minds. Opening up all of this and finding the jubilance, the excitement of what it used to feel like to, be younger and maybe slightly less jaded and cynical towards the world. The future for the Candle Enthusiast, I know, is very bright, and that I haven't even scratched the surface of what I would truly, truly love to do. There's something that happened during those early months in 2016 when I first started the Candle Enthusiast. I knew something about this experience was changing my life, and it still is, and I know it still will. So I hope these upcoming little snippets, these videos, you can maybe have a little bit more context of what they mean to me and what was happening during those times. This is a vicarious experience, and I'm welcoming you to join me on this very special moment of my life. So with that said, I have a good chunk of footage, candles, aroma, nostalgia, adventure, traveling, whatever it may be. Thank you so much for your support from the bottom of my heart. Let's watch some videos. And remember, always live enthusiastically. Here we are in Apple Country, the Hudson Valley. We're in the, oh boy. All right, are you excited? I'm excited. In the middle of picking their own apples from the cities. Here we are. It's harvest season. People, oh, wow. That's gonna be the Macintosh candle. And perhaps get some associate, one more time, we got this. Yeah, it's harvest season. Oh yeah, it's harvest season. And travel around and get some great interviews. Let's go do it. I'm gonna get in my car, travel around, get some great travel around. How about it? Let's get started. All right, so we are in Tarrytown in the hamlet of Sleepy Hollow. This is actually, what we're looking at is the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, very famous. If you've ever read the short story, Legend of Sleepy Hollow, the cemetery that's included in the book is actually in a church right across the highway, right out that way, but on Route 9. Took a little bit of work, but look what I found. Ah, yes, there it is. So, we look just above the gate here. Very famous, important name. It's Mr. Washington Irving, born April 3rd, 1783, and died on November 28th, 1859. It's definitely not easy finding this grave. I mean, it's a very big cemetery. I haven't been to many cemeteries, or at least explored many cemeteries in their entirety. The cemetery, I believe the street we're on is called Crane Lane. I'll take a look at that later, but Sleepy Hollow Cemetery tours, day and evening. I mean, I was familiar with the Legend of Sleepy Hollow long before I actually read the short story, of course, Walt Disney's version. And I was driving through, and I've actually never been inside the gate, so I thought I would, and man, am I not sorry about this decision. This is one of the most amazing storybook-esque was the word I'm going for, cemetery. Of course, being very respectful and making sure that I'm not looking at this as an amusement. I actually am loving this. I mean, you don't even think that this stuff exists other than in Hammer horror movies, you know? Very creepy Tim Burton-esque movies. But look at these mausoleums. Look at this. Look at this. Can you see? Look at that. You can see inside. Scary. So what we're looking at is Macintosh apple trees, and you can see these trees are empty, meaning they've already been harvested. Oh my goodness, look at all of the apples that have fallen and not been picked. Now most of these are a bit rotten, but man, let me tell you how wonderful it would be to make some hard cider using all of this fruit. If I get down really close and you kind of waft
this smell towards our nose, you get this wonderful smell of oxidized apple and fermentation. It's a beautiful time of day here because now with all of the many changing colored leaves, that sunlight right here behind me is shining through these leaves, casting this golden light on this beautiful property. You can see here some corn that has been left behind. Man, you know, it's hard to pinpoint it, but this is definitely a wonderful smell. There's a smell walking around these corn stalks that is undeniably autumn. Even though this is a beautiful orchard, even though this is beautiful, beautiful rows of corn, I'm actually looking for a pumpkin patch. I think that's going to be a little bit more appropriate for today's candle analysis. I don't think I really need to explain how picturesque and beautiful this location is. I just stepped in that pumpkin right there, and let me tell you, it's not a good situation for either my shoe or my jeans. But I guess that's the risk you take when heading out into the wild. I don't know what the hell I'm saying. So I'm at a Disney outlet, and I'm currently looking at some Disney plush. Obviously, right? Because I actually like these. I think they're so well made. Do you remember this character? Lotso, right? Am I getting that right? Lotso from Toy Story 3? Well, check this out. Can you read that? I smell of strawberries. It smells like strawberries. I mean, I think people think I'm absolutely crazy because I'm smelling a stuffed animal. But look at that. It's got good weight to it. It's a nice plush. It's like strawberry daiquiri, very tart, very ripe and sweet strawberry. Do you recognize that house behind me? It's not my house. That belonged to Kevin Arnold. You know, they never quite did say where the Wonder Years took place, but this is the very street where you would have seen Kevin Arnold, Paul Pfeiffer, and Winnie Cooper playing football on the street at the beginning of every episode, and the Arnold residence right here, looking very much the same as it always did. So no small deal for me. The house, the residence of my childhood crush, Winnie Cooper. And as you can see, Winnie's house, Kevin's house, essentially right across the street from each other. So this is the spot, the precise spot where Winnie Cooper would have been sitting on the sidelines as the boys played football on the street. A show that's synonymous with childhood and growing up, coming of age. Definitely nostalgic. Does it bring you back to your youth? It brings me back to mine. So, we're in an awesome spot. As soon as I walked into this place, I was just flooded with nostalgia. And a large part of that is the smell. This place smells like the 80s. It's incredible. I don't know if it's the comic books. I don't know if it's the movie posters. Got Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. I don't know if it's the t-shirts, the toys. I don't know what it is. Now, I knew this, but there's absolutely no photography inside their establishment, and I want to completely respect their rules and regulations, but that doesn't mean I can't show you what I purchased. So I've been eyeballing this t-shirt, the Monster Squad, the 80s classic. I've been eyeballing that t-shirt for about 3 years, and I wanted to come by today and pick it up. And how could I also pass up Killer Clowns from Outer Space? In space, no one can hear you eat ice cream. Is that what it says? In space, no one can eat ice cream. Makes absolutely no sense, but that was one of the most fun 80s sci-fi horror flicks of the 80s, if you ask me.
I'm in South Deerfield, Massachusetts, but now I'm heading out to the North Shore, Salem, Massachusetts, to be more specific. Are you ready to go? I'm ready.
You know, it reminds me of Yankee Candle's crisp morning air. This town also reminds me of Funny Farm. You guys seen that movie? I just passed a small chapel and a courthouse, crossed a little ancient bridge, and if you look up in the distance there, look at that fog covering up the hills of the many colored trees. You know what I feel like? I feel like I'm in like a Charlie Brown Peanuts cartoon comic strip. I do have to give it to Dunkin' Donuts, just simply because there's a level of consistency. You know, this doesn't smell like Folgers. This doesn't smell like Maxwell House. This smells and tastes like Dunkin' Donuts coffee. Even by today's standards, we could call this a medium minus roast. It's nutty with some dark chocolate notes. Fruity too, you know, some apricot, some stone fruit action. With a moderate amount of acidity, because I don't think today's coffee drinking culture really has fully embraced medium to light roast coffees because of the higher acidity levels. And they somehow managed to make a medium minus coffee with moderate acidity. It's acidic, but it's not like sucking on a cherry pit, you know? So you're probably wondering why I'm heading to Salem, Massachusetts, when I said just last night that I was going to be spending the day at Yankee Candle Village, the headquarters. Well, I was filming a review last night, and I came inside, and I was just about ready for bed, and I checked my emails, and I received an email from Witch City Wicks. Do you remember these folks? They made the Sleepy Hollow candle, and it was a huge hit. I loved it. Everyone I interviewed loved it. All my friends loved it. My family loved it. A bunch of you who watched the episode actually went online and purchased it for yourself, and have written me and told me how much you've enjoyed it and how happy you are with the purchase. Well, I got an email from them last night that they would be happy to have me come on up and film a segment or two. I'm not going to pass that up. To be honest with you, I had kind of scrapped the whole Salem adventure for this year because it just wasn't coming together. To tackle a video or a subject like Salem, Massachusetts, I really wanted a bunch of days to be there and to do it right. And I really didn't have any businesses, any companies responding that wanted to be a part of any of the segments, I guess, until now. And now that I have Which City Wicks willing and happy to participate in a video or a segment, I think this whole piece will come together. Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
So I'm currently in the Salem Witch Trial Memorial. This is a great place to come and show respect, and where the town of Salem shows their remorse and their history. Salem gets to show their remorse of their dark history here in Salem. Although Salem is a wonderful place, fun place, a great place, a place where the town of Salem shows their remorse of their history. 1, 2. A reminder of what this. It's a great place to come and show your respects, but it's also. So I'm standing at the Salem, and although Salem is a wonderful, the Salem Witch Trial Memorial here. So I'm standing here, and this place serves as a reminder. This place serves as a reminder of the remorse, and I think this is a wonderful way for Salem to show their remorse of their dark history. Right off of the cemetery here. So I'm standing here at this. So I'm standing at the. And you know, Salem is a wonderful place, and it's the town's way of showing the remorse. Salem is a wonderful place. It's a great place to have a bunch of fun, especially during the Halloween season. But 1, 2. Their remorse for what happened all those years ago.
Good morning from Salem, Massachusetts. Actually, we're not in Salem, we're in Danvers, which, if you know your Salem history, is the real Salem. It's very early in the morning and I haven't had any coffee. I'm still a little bit confused on what I'm doing today. The footage, the coverage, the B-roll, all the things that I'll need to actually pull this video together. I need to somehow find this theme, the narrative thread that's going to tie everything all together. We'll see how it goes. First thing is to get coffee, and then I'll probably be able to think straight.
Test. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Oh, my legs are dead.
You ever notice how walking is actually more difficult than running? My feet are in so much pain. Of course, I'm not wearing the appropriate shoes. I am walking on cobblestone streets. I actually did get to meet with Liz Frazier from Witch City Wicks this morning. To be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to happen. It went pretty well. I mean, hey, it went really well. You know, enough to the point where I would love to do further segments with them. And when I say them, I really mean Liz in the future, because I just can't say enough. I mean, it sounds like I'm just trying to be nice to someone who gave me an interview, but I truly think that what she's doing, as far as the art that she's creating, it's no small deal. I really admire. I think that's what it is. I really admire what she's doing.
It's actually starting to get a little chilly here in Salem. It's been unseasonably warm the past couple days. This could have something to do to the fact that I'm actually down by the harbor, and that cool breeze is pouring in pretty dramatically. I say this all the time, but this truly is my favorite time of year. Believe it or not, my brother actually owned a haunted attraction right in that same storefront. Now it's called something Count Orlocks. It's kind of like a wax museum sort of deal.
We have some drinks in the case here on the corner. You guys together?
All right, so that's it for me with Salem. I got a long drive ahead of me. I honestly have no idea what this day, the rest of the day, is going to consist of. But we'll find out soon enough. What's important is that I have my coffee for the road. I got my coffee for the now. Just going to make sure that all of my perishable products are packaged and covered in my vehicle. A lot of candles, a lot of things that have scents that I acquired on this trip. Gotta make sure they're all stored away. All right. It's time to keep moving.
All right, so I was on my way back west to actually perhaps hit Kringle Candle or Yankee Candle, but then inevitably leave Massachusetts and head for New York State. But just as I was about to leave town, you know, there was just one more location from the film Hocus Pocus that I just know that I really have to go. I have to go.
So I've been saying Danny this whole time. The kid's name is Max. Look, I really didn't grow up with Hocus Pocus. I do enjoy the movie. But I'm not gonna lie, I think the first time I saw it, it's probably 27 years old. But like I said, it wasn't something I grew up with. And I've been calling him Danny. I guess that's the name of one of the girls, maybe Thora Birch, maybe the other one, the blonde. So I'm just gonna say the word Max over and over again. And hopefully I can splice in me saying Max to all of the footage that I already shot. Max. Where Max? Where Max? Max. 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 Oh yes, it's been a long time, Kringle Candle, but I haven't forgotten about you. I haven't forgotten. And I have to address this before I leave. Look at these brand new candles by Kringle Candle. It's actually a subsidiary company called Country Candle. But let me ask you, do these look familiar to you at all? What do you think? Even the name on this one, Harvest Moon. Now remember that Kringle Candle's current proprietor is the son of the original proprietor of Yankee Candle. And I don't know if it's a coincidence, but Yankee Candle just recently changed the look, the logo of their candles. They've been constantly evolving the style and the moving away from the house warmer jars into other vessels. I wonder if this is Kringle's response to all of these changes. Now, trust me, guys, I could spend all day here, hours here, days here, smelling all of these candles. And in the past, I'll be honest with you, I've done my fair share of smelling the candles in there. But I am actually on the road and I have a very tight agenda. I will be back. I will be back.
I'm going to put a lot of hours into driving today. Actually going to head far up north. Let's see if we can break the barrier of Massachusetts and visit another state. The state I would like to visit. Going to visit a different area of New England that I haven't been in a very long time. But in order to do that, I really got to step on it because it's already almost 11 o'clock. All right, so I've been driving for quite a bit today. And the terrain is a little bit different. Look at the snow. We're seeing snow everywhere. I'm somewhere in the vicinity around Plymouth, New Hampshire. It's not even 4 p.m. in the evening, and the temperature is creeping below 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So I'm in Ashland, New Hampshire. Stopped off to get a cup of coffee and wanted to take a brief moment to break out the camera. And I think it's a good time, better time than ever, to introduce you to a friend of mine who's going to be making a lot of appearances. This is Santa Claus. I don't know if you've ever been acquainted, but Santa will be joining me on my journeys. So look out for him and leave him a comment as well, not just for me. Ask Santa any questions that you might have. He's just kind of chilling in the back of the car for now. We are now officially in the White Mountain region, as it's obvious to see. Look how ominous. Can you see that in the distance there? In the far distance? It looks like we're approaching Arendelle or something, you know? Elsa's building a castle. Really. I'm not sure if the image that I'm capturing with this camera is accurately portraying what I'm seeing, but where the hell am I? Seriously? This is getting extreme. I feel like I'm traveling up to the Overlook Hotel from The Shining. Oh my god, I wish you could see this. I gotta put the camera down. There's snow all over the road. Look at this. I gotta put the camera down. Wish me luck. So I found a Walmart. Really was the first main sign of civilization that I saw. And what's better than that
as I still haven't found a place to stay for the next at least a couple of days. I have no idea where I'm going. I said improvised, I meant it. All right, so this is the story. I am in the wilderness. I found this motel here. There's already snow, as you can see, but they're expecting more snow in the coming days. So I think we're gonna be here for a few days at least. I don't think we really have a choice. All right, cabin number 1. I do want to remind you people that Janet Leigh in Psycho spent the night in room number 1. I gotta figure out how to park. It's cold. It's really cold. One bed this time. That's a change. This is great. Honestly, I have no complaints about this. Look at this. A direct line. This Wi-Fi, beautiful. Which means I can edit in the room and get work done. And although I don't think I'll be using it much, I have my own screen door. Look at this. This is Winter Wonderland. Guys, let me tell you something right now. I cannot hear a single solitary sound. There's one other car here. And I don't know if I mentioned it before, but there's moose crossing signs everywhere out on the highway here. Moose. Moose are in the wild here in the White Mountains. We are currently in Jefferson, New Hampshire. It's still early. It looks like it's late at night, but it's actually only 6:30 p.m. and we're at about 10 degrees Fahrenheit. Nice dusting of snow on the ground, but they're expecting a foot of snow in about 24 hours, actually a little bit less. So I think I will be here for at least 2 nights. I think it would be very, I don't think it would be wise for me to try to leave tomorrow with the amount of snow that they're anticipating. But the weather people, meteorologists, they've been known to be wrong in the past, so you never know. There's icicles. Check this out. Can you see that? I can't tell you the last time I've seen an icicle. I think I really lucked out with this place. The gentleman who helped me check in was very informative. He let me know about all the restaurants, local attractions. I had a bunch of other questions for him, and he really helped me out. It's been a long day of driving. I have a lot of work to get done. I am all prepared to take a hot shower, get in bed, put on the Apple TV,
watch a little television, get some work done. But I'll keep checking in with you guys, keep you up to speed. And I apologize about the hair. You know, it is what it is. I feel like I look better in the mirror. This close, I look like a madman with the crazy strands. New Hampshire, folks. New Hampshire. I always said that if I was in this part of the world this time of year, that I was gonna do precisely this. I was gonna get behind the wheel, drive all around New England, have no plans, just by the seat of my pants, go to the next destination go to one destination after the next. And today brought me to Jefferson, New Hampshire, White Mountains. Much different climate than when I woke up this morning. And it was pretty cold this morning. So that tells you that how extreme the conditions are right now. Pretty extreme. So do you want to see what I woke up to this morning? Check it out. Look at that view. That's right. I have something very special planned for today. Something that I've always wanted to do, but I had to travel quite a ways to get here. I had to climb high elevations. I had to travel through some snow. But I finally made it. I spent the night in this cabin here. We're going to an amusement park, that's right. An amusement park in December in the snow in the White Mountains of New Hampshire. Jefferson, New Hampshire to be more specific. Today, we're visiting Santa's Village. Are you ready to do this? I've been ready my whole life. Santa, I told you, you cannot come with me to Santa's Village. They're not gonna let me bring you in. I'm not gonna carry you around all day. Even if they let me bring you in, I'm not gonna carry you around all day. You're not even gonna look at me? So you're gonna stay in the car, freeze to death when you have a really warm cabin right there, all right? You know, sometimes you just can't convince these people. Santa's gonna hang out with us today, but he's gonna have to stay in the vehicle while we're celebrating Christmas at Santa's Village. Let's get going. They open in just a few minutes, and we're only a couple miles away. Are you ready? Let me get my sunglasses on. Maybe I'll get a little bit of color today. A little bit of color, rosiness to my cheeks, because I'm kind of camouflaged. My flesh is camouflaged against the snow, and it makes it very hard for the camera to expose my face properly. All right. Santa's Village, next stop. Next stop, Santa's Village, Jefferson, New Hampshire. Are you ready? I have been ready my entire life. Let us do it. Gotta put the camera down, and I'll drive, and I'll see you in a little bit. All right, just getting myself prepared to go into the park. And do you ever have a cup of coffee in your car from the day before, and there's still some left in it, and you're like, oh man, is that gross if I drink it? I opted to take a sip, frozen solid. Of course it would be frozen solid. I have a big coffee ice cube in that cup. Look at the children and the families, all decked out in their snow gear to go visit Santa Claus.
I don't look creepy, do I? Do I look creepy with these on? I always think that I look like some very crazy looking stalker. I got the goatee, the glasses. Now that it's cold and my hair's crazy, I got the hat on. I have a backpack, which makes it even a little bit more sketchy. But you know what? There's really no other option. Everyone else seems to be adorned with the apparel. And you notice my glove? I just want to point this out because I know you're going to be asking questions throughout the day. Why do I have one finger available through this glove? Well, that's to operate the iPhone 7, in which I will be recording today's festivities, in which I will be recording today's activities. Without the finger, you cannot operate the camera. There's already snowball fights. Look at this. They're throwing snowballs. I love it.
It's been a wonderful day, filled with activities. I pretty much covered the entire park. I did everything I wanted to do. It's everything I dreamed this place would be. Hey, look guys, I really want to thank you for joining me on a very special day. This was really special for me. I've always wanted to come here and to be able to share the experience, to share my journey with you folks really means a lot to me. So with that is going to wrap up my evening here at Santa's Village. I really want to thank you for joining me if you've watched this video. And if you like this video and you want to see more of these videos, please remember to hit like, subscribe if you haven't already. But the most important thing at this juncture is you gotta spread the love. Tell your friends, tell your family about us, right? Recommend a video or two. So once again, thank you, everyone. Merry Christmas. Hope everyone's having a wonderful holiday. And guess what, guys? I'll see you again real soon. Oh, no, they didn't. They just pulled a Let It Go. I wish so much I could use copyrighted music